Just let us know if you can hear us and see us all okay, and then we'll jump right into the stream. We have some people saying hi in the chat, which is lovely. Yes, waiting. Waiting. Let me check how it's going. Okay, let's see. Can hear you, but very loud. Okay, so in that case, we'll tone it down. We've been getting feedback that they couldn't hear us very well before, but now is it better? The sound sounds not so good. How bad does it sound? Funny underwater like. Okay. Let me see what I could do about that, because there was no problem with it before. Let's see. Yeah? You need a filter. Yes, I'm actually turning off a lot of the filters that we have on, so I hope it's better. Worse. Alright. Limiter. Is it better? Is it worse?
This morning.
Oh, good morning. Let's see what's happening. Okay, I feel like I'm inside a jet engine, all of the above, but it sounds very distorted. Bass boosted. Here's what I'm gonna do. The microphone is not snowing, it's literally hanging and nothing. Let me see what we can do about that. I mean, how distorted is it? Are we understandable? Can you understand this when we're talking? Okay. That is suspicious. You know what? We'll cut to intro, and then we'll see what's going on. Alright, we'll be right back.
See ya.
we hope it sounds better. Let's try and see. Let us know, please. Not really sure what's happening here. But we'll try and troubleshoot it because it was not better. Okay. That won't help, sadly. Alright. Let me see. Robotic. So robotic that we are distorted in a way that, like, you cannot understand us at all? Or still distorted? Okay, well, but the point is that if you can understand us, it's totally fine.
That was nice.
That's alright. It's a funny start. Let me see what I could do in the meantime, but if you can understand this all okay, then I am not going to, try and mess around the game. Well, you know who didn't mess with any of this stuff? Me. Let me lower the gain. I am lowering the gain. You can understand half. The gain is half at its point. It's terrible, end of stream. But then we wouldn't be able to talk about our lovely Vigor programmers. So I would rather that we fix it right now. Alright. Let me see. Did the online recommended the game being lowered? Please let me know via Discord if it's better now. That would be very helpful. But we have people in the chat saying it's quite bad. What is going on? Everybody's mic is bad. Guys, say something. It sounds like it was lowered. So does that mean now it's too low? Well, that's what happens when we lower the gain. Now is it better? It's only your mic. Thank you so much. Yes, it's the game. Okay. Well, I lowered the gain and I upped the mic, so I hope it's better. Unfortunately not. Okay. In that case, we will just get going anyway, because can everyone else chat to see here? Can you guys speak and say something?
Hello, guys.
Sure. Hey, we're here.
So you see the tomato?
Lovely. Alright. I'm going to up the gain again ever so slightly, and we'll troubleshoot this live. Actually, that's gonna be a fun Vigor stream.
Kind of transition.
Anyway, it's fine. We will. Hi, Dmitry. Yeah, you know what? Okay. Robotic, very bad. But from what I understood, people understand what's happening, so you know what? We're gonna go with it anyway. So, hello, everyone. My name is Rosivia, and I'm sorry that the audio is acting weird. We will check with the audio team about it later on. Anyway, so we're going to have a live Q&A session today. Hopefully your ears won't bleed so much, but we are here to introduce our programmers. We actually have Dmitry with us, who is our lead programmer. And we have Mirek, who is also part of our programming team. So if you have any questions about anything relating to programming, let us know. And, okay.
Monkey bomb.
Monkey bomb. Well, maybe y'all rigged our streaming equipment because it totally wasn't like this when I was setting it up. But okay. So let's start with some introductions. Who would like to go first?
Let's go.
Right. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Patricia, and I'm the senior community manager of Vigor. There you go. Now it's your turn, Dmitry, to introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Dmitry. I'm a lead programmer on Vigor. That means I should handle both gameplay and server sides. My experience, by the way, I was working in UK Czech. Biggest projects are Borderlands DLC or Mafia Definitive Edition. So I did have some background, not on the game side basically, but tools and servers. And it would be kinda, if you don't have any other questions, we could speak about servers this stream, but let's introduce Mirek first.
Yeah.
So I'm Mirek. This is my first experience in game industry. and it's like I'm more of a cloud guy or backend. I'm doing some tool for or some system for configuration of the game and so on. And there are a lot of interesting things going on in gameplay, but I'm more focused on the server side and just discuss the gameplay things with colleagues, but I'm not doing stuff there.
Yeah.
So, but maybe I would be able if I would study a lot and learn a lot and and if we need it. But
So basically, backend side, some might be game servers, etc. So what should be next?
What should be next? Well, so how long have you been in Bohemia Interactive, Dmitry? How long have you been working on Vigor?
I'm here for just 1.5 years, but I do feel it as a really long time, and Vigor is almost my family, and a lot of, the code itself. We programmers have some another opinion on the life, etc., and I did a lot of investigations past half years on Vigor, and so it still feels like longer than it was actually. Mirek, and how long are you here?
Yeah, how long are you here, actually?
I came to Bohemia Interactive this year. So
I feel like you've been here for longer. Okay.
and they will be, I think, on this Friday will be 7 months. So I'm a new guy, but I'm not so new right now.
Okay.
So that's good to learn something new. So this is why I came to game industry.
Was there a way?
What? The microphone is hanging from the ceiling and it's quite further away, but
Yeah, it would be problematic.
we will try and figure it out after the stream. The proper fix will not happen during the stream, sadly, because right before it was totally fine and we went live, and then now it's not. So OBS was not being friendly today. Some of our Vigor partners are in the chat and they know that it's not easy, and I commend y'all streamers. It's definitely not something that you could take so lightly. So yeah, you guys are doing amazing, and we will figure it out later on. We got advice from one of our community managers that we should speak slowly. Well, I speak fast, so I should probably slow down my speech. But I believe that you two are quite okay, so we'll do that. Spouting truth about updates to OBS. Yes, everyone knows that it's a problem. Programmers don't really work with OBS though. So
Full programmers.
And OBS programmers.
I was going to ask you what tools what tools do you work with as programmers usually?
So maybe I can start. It's like I'm usually, because I'm doing with backend, I'm using we are using technologies like .NET Framework and C# language, and for this it's good to use, for instance, the Microsoft solution. So this is Visual Studio, and this is used for this can be used for both, like the gameplay programming or the server programming. But as I told before, I was I am more of a backend programmer, and also I use Notepad or some other tools like this, because you need to write your notes and not to forget something. Or sometimes we are using also some for communication. I don't know if I can say that we are using some Slack.
Yeah, Slack is fine.
Slack. Yeah, we are using it for if we want to. Let's say it's not a secret anymore. Yeah.
I mean, using communication tools is not a bad thing.
Communication is good. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So it's our know-how.
Yeah.
Okay. You would say so.
I think you also the thing is to use your brain and your mouth. If you want to solve something, you should go ask somebody, and probably listen to him, and you will probably find maybe some problem, or you can get to some solution, or like to understand the situation more. So this is good to be able to ask and to be able just to go, not just chat, just to go to.
Okay. Actually, we have someone mentioning who is one of our partners, and he is a programmer, DJ Spencer. He said that he is a programmer and he works with OBS as a hobby, actually.
Oh, okay.
Poor programmers.
Are you speaking from experience, or?
I do have some personal games in Steam, and I had to deal with community to record some trailers, for example, and it was way more pain in the ass than I would expect. Like, it's definitely not as easy, or like, hey, just like pay some money, get an advertisement, and get back huge revenue. Nope, it's not as easy as it sounds like. And with recording videos, I usually prefer to hire some professionals.
Okay. For some reason, people are saying they can't understand you that well, so I'm gonna do this. And we'll see how it goes. We'll try and pull down the mic and hope that it works better, even though we were told that it was better. But yes, so for those of you who might not have figured out that we are doing a live Q&A today, or we are doing our best to do so, we understand that the audio is not optimized right now. Thank you for the feedback. We will work on it, but I got some feedback that the mic further is better. So, yes, I moved it back. Anyway, so we're doing a live Q&A. We are introducing our programmers, as mentioned earlier on. And yes, that's what this stream is going to cover today. We'll also be doing a reminder of what's happening in the Outlands. Right now, we are having a double XP event. The double XP event will be ending tomorrow. Yeah, it should be tomorrow at 9 p.m. UTC. So get that grind on. Hopefully you enjoy the double XP. And Dmitry is enjoying playing with the tomato. Alright. Yes, so that's what we will be talking about today. Maybe we'll try and jump into some gameplay, which Mirek will actually try to play.
Which one do you want to see?
Yeah, let us know in the chat what you would like to see Mirek play.
Yeah.
Just give your suggestions.
Some good clothes. Was it some new good clothes released recently? Could you wear something nice?
Yeah, I think I already have my favorite gun. So I can show dog station. Ammo is also friendly, but
So they would like the Forcing Station.
this one.
We got some recommendations, Mirek and Dmitry, that you need to speak a little bit slower and maybe also, let me confirm if you need to speak a little bit louder or not. But we'll see. I mean, we'll just troubleshoot this live, I guess. They said Victorson Station, so please go ahead with that.
Hopefully I will survive this.
Like, you're a backend programmer. Why do you need to be good at games?
Yeah, exactly. If I want to test something, I need to play the game, or do some playtest. Depends if I have some lights free.
So, do you prefer to play other video games that aren't shooters?
Yes.
Okay, so does that mean when you play Vigor, you are more of a looter?
Yeah, it's fine. It's also always nice to find something, but yeah, it's like also can be not so roleplay. Well, if I can feel like a soldier, it is probably QnA. I can do a roleplay, but it's shooter is like maybe get rid of some stress and or enjoy the scenery. So it works in that way also for me.
Okay. And what about you, Dmitry? When you play Vigor, are you more of a looter or a shooter?
I'm old school PC gamer, and my shooter I spent most time was Counter-Strike 1.6, something like this. So for shooter games I would definitely prefer keyboard and mouse and not a controller. So it was pretty painful experience to get to the encounter in Vigor. Like, hey, I'm here just to take some mushrooms, eat it, smoke it, or whatever. No, they always kill me. Why?
So, mushrooms and then run.
Yes.
Okay. Mirek, you can boost more than that.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can go crazy.
It's Christmas, right?
It's not Christmas yet. It's not even.
Okay, so it's our money.
I mean, yeah, go crazy. Good for these people who were able to get on our lobby. You can boost the crate too, you know? Like,
Yeah, okay.
no pressure, but
I have 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6 seconds.
You're really fast. We believe you.
Yeah. Well, insurance is only for me, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, we will need Mirek and Dmitry on another stream sometime. So that we could get a punch his beard off from them both. Okay. Well, yeah, so that means that you both have to be on a stream again in the future.
Okay.
They have spoken. They want you in here, so why are you cracking your knuckles like that? Don't
They want to have some punch?
not that kind of punching.
Sorry, misunderstanding.
Yeah, so we have one of our partners who likes to collect clips of the developers saying punch his beard off, but I understand if you would not like to say it so that it is, well, they're going to keep it for memory purposes and
Okay.
make a compilation.
But probably some next time when the microphone would be good.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, hopefully. Let's see. That leaderboard. Well, we are working on some love for the leaderboards, and it should be coming around in the future, so you can stay tuned for that. I'm not really sure if we will be having something relating to being a threat, but it's an interesting idea, so, and the team is aware of it. They know because they see those suggestions quite frequently. So yeah, hopefully you stay tuned for the leaderboards that we are working on.
And actually there is a good question I do see in the chat. How do you apply to become a Vigor developer? It's relatively easy. Bohemia interactive websites have jobs sections. Read what do you like from there, compare it with your skill sets, and Bohemia is always looking for new persons to help our team, so you could relatively easily get in. We would be happy to see you here in Brno. Or even like some positions could be remote.
Actually, we have a question for you, Dmitry, from someone in the community on YouTube. So it's actually from our partner, DJ Spencer. He says, I know in the past it's been mentioned that there was no plan to update to the latest version of Unreal Engine. Is that still the case? Or a possibility?
Short answer is yes, it is the case, but if you mean Unreal 5, it would, there is no way to go. We will need to rework way too many stuff. It would be easier to make Vigor 2 than remake Vigor on Unreal 5. But like might be Unreal 4 would be updated a bit. We will still we need to consider how many work should be put on the update of the engine versus how much profit we will get from it, and if the game works perfectly well, why should we do it?
Thank you, Dmitry, for that answer. Hopefully, DJ Spencer appreciates the response. We actually have some requests for Mirek to use some throwables and try to control them. I know that we did do some tweaks regarding the grenades, and Mikhail was the best person to discuss it with. So hopefully, Aqueducts Are Cool was able to ask that question the last time when Mikhail was on the stream.
And what was the question?
Well, they said that the throwables are difficult to control.
Okay, so just try it. Okay.
Yeah. We'll try and see how it goes. I'm honestly... okay.
Yeah, so you see,
It
by the way,
It flew and it bounced off as it would because that's a roof. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I can try this one.
And we actually have some... Oh, but come on. The ground is like... Yeah. But we have some people who are like, who even uses throwables? Well, some Outlanders enjoy using throwables. So, we hope that... Well, it would be nice to get very detailed feedback. Not just about the consumables, but everything in general. Which Dmitry might be able to talk about a little later on. But also I'd like to point out that we know the mic isn't working very well, and we're very sorry that it's not working well, but we are doing our best to enunciate our words as clearly as possible. And yeah, we will hope that you will still be able to get some answers from this stream as you would ask some questions regarding Vigor or regarding programming, perhaps. It doesn't even have to be programming about Vigor, it could be about programming in general. Right?
For my life, right?
Sure, yes, you sure are.
I'm in charge, but
But still. Let's see. What is going on?
okay, I have something to say, guys. Maybe I will survive if some bears will not kill me on the road. There is a stop. Should I stop?
No, that is for cars.
Yeah, okay, I have to let so
enough.
Maybe I can run, but I don't know if it should be a backhand.
Yeah, up to you. Dmitry, are you reacting to someone saying that you like that tomato a little too? You look like a cat for a
Just
moment.
imagination.
You looked like a cat with your hands earlier on the tomato. Alright. Let's see what the chat is saying. How is the weapon rework coming along? Any better guesses on when it will happen? There is no exact ETA for it right now. It's quite a big project and a lot of effort from the team to work on it. I mean, we have a lot of weapons on Vigor, and we want to tackle all of them meticulously so that they are as good as they can be. So there is no ETA just yet, but the work is definitely in progress.
Bonus radiation coming, run!
Okay. I don't have enough sun cream, so I should probably.
Oh, and actually, DJ Spencer did say thank you for the response, Dmitry, about the Unreal Engine stuff. So, yes. Now, I should actually check what other chats are saying.
We actually survived.
Yeah, we could.
And then someone shoots you. But I like that you smartly hid behind the rock.
Yeah, I wanted to survive. I was injured, but sorry.
Nah, it's fine. We have a question. Are mouse and keyboard adapters considered cheating or not? Well, using third-party hardware and software to play Vigor is definitely a no-go. We don't condone this behavior, and it's ruining the experience of other players, so it's definitely not acceptable in the Outlands to be having such advantages. Alright, and where did the mouse go?
Yeah, it's not all right.
Okay. When can we expect any Halloween spoilers? Around Halloween. We aren't really planning on spoiling Halloween in September, so you could keep an eye out in October. And hopefully you will enjoy spooky season. Do any of you particularly enjoy Halloween? By any chance?
Yeah, I'm already invited to Halloween party.
Oh, okay, Mr. Fancy.
Well, that's going the right way probably. And,
Okay.
but I think we had it also last year. I think it was at a friend's house. So apartment, and they had also some atmosphere built with the proprieties. So I think maybe even on the stairs. So yeah, it was really nice. So I can have some expectations for this year or so.
Okay. And what about you, Dmitry? Do you like Halloween, or you're not such a big fan of it?
I always hear it as hello Windows, and I prefer Linux.
Yeah.
This joke, it really hurt me. And I don't know if the community also felt hurt by this bad joke, but a good job, but it hurts. Okay. No, but for real, do you like spooky season? Or it's not something that you really appreciate, let's say?
Why not? Having fun is always a good idea, and I'd rather prefer to have something crazy or might be not fitting into the game, like hey, we have some serious shooter and some clowns or scary clowns for Halloween or so, and this kind of changes the game a lot, give you a new breeze, so I feel it is a good one, and especially the most spicy thing about Halloween or these things, it's kinda once a year, so you cannot enjoy it all the year. It's specific, so it's good.
Okay, interesting. Thank you. Just a reminder for our Outlanders who may not know that it's happening, but we are having a double XP event right now, and it ends tomorrow at 9 p.m. UTC, so make sure to grab your XP and get your grind on. Alrighty then. Dmitry and his love of coffee. Feel free to queue up where you would like, Mirek. You let the community choose previously, so now you can.
Okay. Not.
We could choose what you like. Okay. And we actually have some questions from our community on social media. They're talking about servers being slow or being laggy, and I think that this is Dmitry's forte, or rather he would be quite excited to share some knowledge with the community regarding servers, considering it is Dmitry's section of interest and responsibility.
Yeah, I prepared kind of 3 hours of speech, but I'm not sure will this microphone fit it, so I'll need to get it shorter somehow. Said, yeah. it was a question, which tools are we using? Like you probably all know that Vigor is made on Unreal, so it's relatively easy. Just download Unreal Engine, press a button, create Vigor, and you have Vigor at your PC. At least that's how our version works. But even if you do have such a button, you have to make it working. Like, it's not interesting to play the game alone, especially multiplayer games, so you need some friends to be able to connect. There are multiple strategies, like 2 main strategies to achieve it. Some of you will run kind of server mode, and the client and your friend will connect to your device and you will play. Good part of it, actual server machines never required, so you could play scale as you want. But with this, like, if your device is slow, if your internet is bad, you ruin kind of all the experience for all other players. So it's usually a better idea to have separated servers running somewhere as like hardware and stable hardware to have your experience as smooth as possible. So at least it's in a good data centers, electricity will not go down randomly or so. So we agreed on the model. So you will need some server to invite your friend. So Unreal button already created for you game client and game server. You could, for example, take your PC.
No, too slow. I do that. Sorry, Dmitry.
There we go. And run server here. Then like invite the friend like, hey, I have a server, please connect to it. So both of you somehow able to connect. Let's scale the situation a bit more. You do like you with your friend, or like me with Mirek, for example, and another pair of your friends wanted to play, but might be on some different game mode, map, or so. And at least in this situation, we will need 2 game servers, Unreal game servers running, and we will need a matchmaking server who will understand the requests like, hey, I want to connect the game and play this complete mode. Okay, this server is gonna run this mode, so please connect there. So we already have 2 types of servers. Unreal server itself and matchmaking server, who will just connect you to the Unreal server. Let's add more fun. Basically, you would like to see which maps are available to play right now, which actions, like do we have double XP or not, and for this we should be able to configure it. And it's basically backend where we will be able to set it up, and the other, like client, other servers will be able to download it. So that's basically backend part, or cloud as we name it here in Bohemia, and Mirek is working on the cloud. So it's already a game server, matchmaking server, and the cloud is a backend who will deliver which events, which cosmetics, for example, do we have, etc. 3 types of servers. But even this cloud server should store the data somewhere. Database. It's a huge secret, I suppose, which database do you use, and it actually doesn't matter for you because it's used just by the cloud. But it's another type of the server. Then, yeah, I could answer this question, but a bit later.
Okay.
Oh. Sounds cute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a backing guy, right? So
Yeah.
in my deck. Not my deck, sorry. Entire deck, sorry.
That helped. That hurt, but it helps. Also, the sick crew said whatever you messed with helped it a lot. I upped the game like crazy, like literally, and I'm just gonna keep going. But okay. Continue, Dmitry, please.
Yep. So on servers, yeah, we could scale it a bit. So let's imagine that there's not just 4 players of us, but multiple thousand of them daily. And for this, we do want to have it first stable and second worldwide. So we do have some players playing in America, we do have some players playing in Europe, we even do have one clever penguin playing from Antarctica. So we do need to have servers all over it, and we do want to have database stable, cloud stable, etc., etc. Usually it's achieved by doubling the amount, have it twice, let's say like this. So even for database, we do have main database server which stores the data, and the backup machine. If something would go wrong with main, the backup one will have your data, so you will not lose your match data or something. Like, it's not fun to play the game and next day see that, like, hey, it was just forgotten by the servers. So as I told, also get back to thousands of players daily. You do still have Unreal server, but try to guess how many Unreal server could be fitted into one physical machine. And the amount is actually not so big, because the game had to be actually simulated on the servers, and it's pretty big game. It's processor, RAM, might be some disk for caching. So let's see, even like one machine would be able to fit 10 Unreal servers. Each server, let's say each game mode will fit 10 players. So one machine will be able to handle just 100 of players. And we have thousands of them on the different continents, etc., etc. Also imagine the situation when, like, for example, you from Prague and you want to play with your friend in New York. Which server should be used? The one in Prague, or in New York, or in Antarctica with the penguin one? So, and also, if we, for example, connect through Prague, the guy from America will have bad connection. Opposite with America for European guy, and just the penguin will be always happy because he likes the game. Yep, so basically, I could answer with the question like, Vigor, please fix your servers. Which servers do you want to be fixed? There are a lot of them, way too many, and when community asks you, hey, please provide some data, some info, it's not a joke, and we cannot not control, but have a look, have a close eye on all of these servers, like literally hundreds of them, like just game machines, and some of them could be stuck. Once we had some faulty hard drive, and it was really complicated to find it out on one single machine from, as I said, hundreds. So sometimes we really need some feedback from you to debug it, to fix it, etc., etc. Yep. So.
Is that the end, or are there more? No, because I know that there's a lot of details that actually come into this, and I'm just checking if there's more, because I'm really curious about that question that I saw in the chat. So.
Yeah. So maybe with the servers, I'd like to have some feedback. Maybe do you want some more concrete info or some internals? I could give you some info, but please write the questions. And also we have a question in the chat about gyroscope. And for example, I do like it in some, how it implemented in some other games, especially which are exclusive to Nintendo Switch. There are some good implementations, but the problem is Xbox normally, because the controller don't have acceleration at all. So it's acceleration, a gyroscope. Also, it needs to be controlled a lot. Like, there was another hot question in the community at all, like, hey, please add some platform, or why you don't support this or this. But imagine, and also like, hey, Vigor devs, please test your game before releasing. Trust, we do. And the amount of new features need to be tested and tested separately adds a lot to the testing. Like, imagine we release just on one single platform, we need to test it carefully, we would be able to somehow deliver it. Then at another platform, the amount of work at least doubled, because we have two platforms, the implementation is do always have something different, so we actually do need to test on all the platforms. And the same would be with the gyroscope, it would be different on Nintendo Switch, on PlayStation, we should test, like, I do not know, with controller, with gyroscope, with racing wheel, or whatever we support. And it's like basically the question if it's not cross-platform. Also, it could be considered as a big advantage to other compared to the other platforms. Like, hey, yeah, Switch do have some aiming by gyroscope, but they do have lower FPS, so it's kind of balancing. And if add all to the same platform, like, hey, we will add mouse and keyboard support, racing wheel support, and accelerometer to the PlayStation. Also, I do not know, 250 Hz and 8K TVs, and all to the one platform, but nothing to others. It would not be the fire. So, sorry.
Thank you so much for explaining the whole technical background behind, for example, why we don't have gyroscope, and also regarding the servers. And just to further reiterate or just remind the community that the feedback is really important for us, and we definitely need a lot of details, as mentioned by Dmitry. A lot of times videos do help us. So even though you're describing it and you say that you are tired of this issue and we ask for a video, the intentions are not malicious. We actually see a lot of things in video clips that Outlanders might not see. So sometimes we see patterns in reports, which videos help us find. So that's why we tend to ask for videos, and reproducing issues isn't always that easy. But what's cool is what Dmitry is holding in his hand. No, but I mean, yeah, it's Dmitry's phone, and hello. I'm not sure if they can see it though, because we're quite small.
Might be very close to the camera.
Yeah, I think that this is quite clear. I mean, it looks quite clear. It even kind of matches your shirt.
Yeah.
But before anyone asks, this is Dmitry's personal phone, and it was personalized by Dmitry's love for his phone and phone covers. So we don't have any official phone covers right now, sadly, but if you would be interested, then we would definitely like to hear if you are interested. And let's see. Oh no! Oh no!
That's it. You found me.
Oh well. And as for merch, Original Sin is saying that they would still like Vigor Zippo lighters. I think we all would like some, but you know, we have to check the feasibility of it. We did do some kind of a survey in the past regarding community interest regarding Vigor Zippo lighters. So yeah, I mean, we're not saying no to it indefinitely. We'll see what the future holds. It might just come around eventually. And there is a question about booby traps. At least there is the issue on PS5 where putting down a booby trap sometimes doesn't work, and it shows audible sounds to other people like you were shooting. That's a really interesting report, actually. I wonder if the team... Well, we're definitely going to investigate that if we aren't already investigating.
We don't.
We are investigating it? Okay, awesome. So you are aware of the bug, which is awesome, because I was on vacation.
Yes, it
And
was
I was
reported
gone.
already. We had some video. So,
Oh yeah, it might have been this exact Outlander who said
thank you so much. We're trying to reproduce it. We're trying to investigate. Sometimes bugs are not so easy to fix, trust me.
Very good.
Okay, Dmitry. It's okay, man.
I wasn't even flash. I didn't throw it.
Yeah. And regarding the support of community, sometimes community asks you for your ID in the game. It's not because we're gonna ban or do something like. Usually we do have some meanings to debug it even on server side, but for this we do need to know from to which of those millions players and penguins we need to have a look at. Because there are too many of data and it's really complicated to have it by eyes or so we need to filter it out somehow, and if you provide some info it's really helpful.
Yes, indeed.
Too many boxes to open. I think I don't have time for all this.
That's too bad.
Open at least half.
It's not. I'm gonna make some. Okay, maybe. No.
We actually have a question which might be interesting. When can we get a native 4K game for Vigor on PlayStation 5? But as far as I know, there are a lot of obstacles in terms of achieving that, and I think that it would just be a lot of effort for the team and resources, which will probably not, we will not see the returns of it as fast as we would like, as far as I understood.
Basically, I answered the question already. It's like, hey, why don't you support some platform natively?
It's tough.
Yep.
It's a tough world out there. It's a tough game dev world out there.
Basically, we do have Vigor as in a compatibility mode on both Xbox and PlayStation, so it's natively PlayStation 4 game with a bit of effort to hey, please be able to run on PlayStation 5. Same with Xbox, and Xbox give us more meaning to have it extendable on modern console, and PlayStation prefers to think hey, you runs in PlayStation 4 emulation mode, so please behave as a PlayStation 4. So basically, to achieve all this good perfect stuff like 4K 120 Hz fast SSD or so, we will need to actually update and produce a new PlayStation 5 version, and for this once again it's a lot of work, and again QA will have to test not just all our current 3 platforms, but it will be platform number 4, a separate platform. So it will add a lot of work to us. Actually we do consider it, but again we need to get it to pros and cons, what would be and how many time will it take, etc, etc. So
thank you, Dmitry, for that. Since you and Mirek are quite new on the stream, we could probably ask some questions that the community usually likes to ask our developers. what is your favorite thing about the Vigor community? Smile.
Don't answer my answer, please.
Okay, it's just answer yours.
You can go first, Dmitry, and then time to think about what he has to say.
Actually, it's a bit cheap. Anjanette already informed us about that. It could be, so we had the time to think about it. And what I personally do like in the community, it's definitely memes. We have meetings on, I'd say, almost weekly basis when community collect for us just the best ones. All the devs are looking into this and having a great fun, especially at working moment, like something bad happened and then like some good meme about Vigor and like super. Thank you so much for this.
Okay, I'm happy to hear that you enjoy the memes, and I know that the community managers are also very glad to hear that, and the community, I hope. And so, now, what about you, Mirek? What do you enjoy the most?
I guess the most is like that I can play with somebody, and that somebody likes our product or will want to play it. And also like I'm not doing something just for myself. So it can be like, well, I can have many ideas, but if I can share the experience, maybe have some fun. You know, I was not playing, I was not the best of the team, but yeah, I could at least provide some loot, somebody maybe had a second Christmas, and sometimes just hearing a chat or seeing that you react, and yeah, I'm doing something for that can be used for others is also good.
Okay, so you like giving back.
Yeah, giving back or making something that somebody enjoys.
That's so nice. Thank you so much, Mirek. Thank you, Dmitry, as well. And well, if you had to choose a map that was your most favorite in the game, what would it be? Okay, you start because he has to think about it.
No, my changes haven't. My answer haven't changed from the last recording. Come on, man, I'm gonna cheer. Like, no one's shooting me here. I could silently eat my mushrooms, enjoy a shooting range, maybe buy some new clothes in the shower.
Okay, so shelter for Dmitry, and what about you?
I think it's like I haven't played all the maps, and sometimes I play only for testing purposes. So, for instance, I use this battery drug, and I was just happened in the middle of the scenery, and I was seeing the sea and the sunshine. But it was almost the sunset. It was nice. I was setting something else, but I was just in the scenery, so I can enjoy it.
Okay.
Even myself, of course. We can play some playtests on some other maps. I placed the Border Iron. This was for the testing purposes. So it's not like enjoying like the if you want to play, just play. But if you want to test, just test and be useful.
It's hard to separate what fun sometimes.
It's like just some of maps I play. I cannot say I know all of them. So
maybe next time that you are on the stream, you will have tried out all the maps for sure, and then you can tell us if it changed or
can it be my homework? So.
And we actually need to wrap up the stream in a moment, so we'll pick one last question from the community.
Yes.
That one right there from the SIG crew. What could players do to help Vigor when it comes to bugs, gameplay, or suggestions? Who would like to start?
Me.
Okay.
With bugs, it already was described. Please communicate with our lovely community managers. Like, it's never the situation never same again. Like, hey, there is some weird bug and it's not the same bug as we fixed before. So it should be investigated individually. For this, we will need some different data. We will need to try something else each time we ask to like, hey, we try to reproduce in our rooms, but suddenly in Brno Vigor works totally perfect. So we need to try it somewhere else. We try another locations or VPN or in remote desktop, for example. But sometimes we're not even able to reproduce the issue at all. And in this case, community could help a lot. Like, hey, you wrote like, hey, I have the bug. Then some of the community managers with the official Vigor label approach you and ask for some details. And then it could be like, hey, please try to run a command. We usually try to be as simple as possible to not load you with a lot of stuff and to get some internals for us which could help to debug. And once again, please communicate and provide the info. We do need it to improve Vigor, to make it better, to fix the bugs.
Thank you, Dmitry. Mirek, what about you? What would you recommend for players to help?
Yeah, it's like if you have some really pesky bug or something, definitely it's better to just maybe consult with community managers or somebody who knows. Okay, ask, do we know about it or we don't know? If it's new, we need, like Dmitry said, some new details, some new information. So yeah, because even me, I don't know every bug, everything about the game. So yeah, it's better to start with somebody that can know how to forward the message. And yeah, of course, videos are also nice because we can see, okay, it's there, and we can, okay, this is something fishy there, or it is not. Or maybe can give you can give you also some advice. Like if something is, okay, this may be better if you try this one, or maybe you could try, can you try this one? Or, so yes, it can be bugs, but sometimes there can be workarounds. Just not to break it, but just find the solution, and maybe later in another patch, like the next patch can fix it. But we need to know.
All right, thank you, Mirek. So yes, details are very important, everyone. And real quick, the best way to communicate with us is, yes, a lot of details. You can use our different social media platforms, like Reddit is a place that you can report it to us. You can also report it to us by tweeting it on Twitter and tagging us, or responding to our questions and posts on Twitter or on Facebook as well. You can also leave comments on YouTube. We are literally everywhere. You can also let us know on Instagram and Discord. There's a lot. You can also let our partners know, and they usually pass on a lot of reports to us. So there are a lot of opportunities for you to help us make the game better, and we do appreciate our Outlanders a lot. I think we have sufficiently surpassed the limit in terms of this stream. Once more, really sorry for the audio issues. We'll troubleshoot it after the stream. Thank you so much for stopping by, and we hope that you enjoyed meeting Dmitry and Mirek, who are part of our programming team. So, yeah, thank you, everyone. We'll see you in the Outlands. Bye!
See ya.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.